Hello and welcome. In this video, I will show you how to update the Updates page. Let's open up the Updates page. On this page, you see something that is familiar to you, and that is the accordion widget. However, this accordion widget looks a bit different from what you are used to. We saw the accordion widget back in the mobile header menu. For this widget, there is multiple accordion tabs that can be clicked on and expanded. Let's go over a few of the options that this widget has. One of the important options is the Can Close All toggle. Can Close All decides whether or not you can close all the tabs in this widget, for example, like this. If you click on a tab twice. Oh, can't close all, let's see. Yep, there was a glitch right there, but if you check it, enable it, then you can close all the tabs. If you uncheck it, then you can not close all the tabs and one tab always stays open. So for the accordion widget, when you are editing it, it is recommended to uncheck the Can Close All. That just makes editing the accordion widget so much easier. The second option that you see is the Overlap Items Below. And what this option enables, if you enable it, is that the accordion widget will overlap items that are below it when it expands. And currently it is unchecked, which means that if, say, there is additional content down here, when you expand the accordion widget, it will push the content downwards. The one time that you really want to overlap the items below is when you have a menu, say, and you want it to appear over the rest of your page. And that is when this option is very useful. Finally, we have the Edit Together. This is also a familiar option and basically allows us to propagate our changes from one tab to the rest of the tabs. And when editing, it is quite helpful to have it checked. Alright, that is all the options for the accordion widget. And using this widget to keep track of your updates, your app updates, is quite helpful. So you can easily edit all of these tabs and even delete them if you don't have 6th version updates. Deleting one is quite simple. You just select a tab and then press the delete button, and then it's gone. Editing it is also not that difficult. So just select the tab that you want to edit and then double click into the text area, and you can change the version number from, say, version 1 to your app version, which is 1.3, just as an example. In the widget tab, when you have it expanded, appears a content box. Now you're familiar with these content boxes and you know how to edit them. Just click into them and then you can add or delete features and also change the version numbers and the date as well. So might experience something great. And you can add additional lines. One great aspect of this template, how it's built, is that as you keep on typing, if you type additional lines, say more updates and more updates, the box expands and maintains the good spacing that was originally built into this template. Clicking outside of the template, outside of the widget, exits out of editing mode. Alright, that's simple enough. Let's go over to the mobile layout and see how things changed. You can see in the mobile layout that changes made within the desktop do transfer over. However, there are a few problems, if you so believe. And one of the problems with this widget here is that we added 2 more lines, and the box isn't big enough to contain the text. So we will need to manually expand that just by dragging on the bottom of a content box. And then we go back to the desktop layout, and everything looks good there as well. So that's it. There is one last feature that I want to go over with these content boxes. When you are first starting out with your app, you might only have one or two versions, so you will only need one or two boxes, and the rest will be deleted. What about when you want to add additional boxes? That is simple enough. All you need to do is click on the plus button right here. But wait, the version numbers are in reverse order, reverse chronological order, and adding a tab adds it to the bottom, which isn't where we want it. That is not a difficult problem, and we can fix it simply. We don't have to retype every single version box and version number and shift it down. Nope. This is one of Adobe Muse's built-in widgets, so it has a lot of special features, including the special feature of being able to drag and drop these boxes, as you just saw me do. So you can drag the new tab added to the bottom of the accordion widget to the very top and input your new version details and numbers there. Alright, if you will notice, there is one last thing that we need to fix, and that is the text. The text, ordinarily, it's white on a black background, and for this tab up here, it is black on a gray background. So to fix that, we will have to learn about something called Adobe Muse States. Currently, this tab is in an open, expanded state. We can edit the States menu by going over to the right-hand corner and clicking on States. If that is not there for you, then just go to Window, and then click on States, which will enable the menu. So currently, you can see that it is active. If we select Roll Over, then you see it changes, and also mouse down is another state, and then there is a normal state. Editing the text to appear as you want it in these different states is somewhat difficult, as you will see. If we try to edit the text here and then change it into a white color and then click outside of the content box and then expand another content box, you see that the entirety of the text has changed, which is a problem. We don't want that. We want this text to be black. And then if we double click and try to edit it again, well, it expands it. But that's not what actually happens. When you double click on a state, you're actually editing the state itself, even though the state has expanded. That is a bit confusing, and that's one of the glitches, if you will call it, that Adobe Muse needs to figure out and Adobe needs to fix. So right now we are editing the closed state, even though it appears open. So let's change it to the black color, and this does not look right. But once we close it, you see that we fixed our problem, and it is correct now. Having the text appear correctly in the correct color is quite difficult to get right, but if you follow the steps that I have outlined and uncheck can close all, check can close all when editing this, then you will be able to do it after you play around a while and really get lucky after a while and then finally understand how this works. So don't be afraid to experiment, and you can also press Ctrl-Z and undo whenever you want. And this is very easy in the end to master, and a great way to keep track of your app updates and provide a fun little tidbit about your app to people that are interested.